Hey everyone.
Hi.
This is Mario.
And Bridget.
And together we are in the Upper Story.
Today we are here to share stories and shenanigans.
As we always are.
Right. And would love to hear from some of you. So if you are interested in learning more about us, then hit that subscribe button below. Maybe the alarm button if you'd like to know when our next story is going to come out.
All right, Bridge. Today's awesome episode is all about
our first date.
Date. Yes, I know you've been waiting for it. We're so excited to share what our first date was like and how this all kind of came together.
It was so fun.
So Bridge, we're gonna catch up in a minute. Stand by. Talk to you soon.
And no heart has ever suffered when it goes in search of its dreams.
Welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
All right, Bridge. Today's episode.
Yes.
How exciting can this be? It's our first date.
Our first date.
All right, Bridge. I remember my first date or our first date together like it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And
what
I have
day? What day did our first date occur on, Mr. Ornelas?
I remember everything, and of course, it was August 1st of 2017.
What day? What day of the week was that?
It was a Tuesday.
Oh,
yeah, it was
wow.
Tuesday.
Okay.
I remember these things. Now, Bridge may have a different perspective. She may not remember things as well, but
I do.
I remembered it perfectly because that's the day, monumentally speaking, I met my future wife.
Aww.
So, Bridge, let's talk about it.
Okay. So, first of all, I would like to know, Mr. Mario, what were your thoughts? What were your expectations? What did you think was going to happen on this first date?
Oh, no. You guys know where I was talking about. No. My expectation on that first date. Now, if you recall from our previous episodes, we had how we met and what led up to our first date. So go check it out. Look at the information in the video, and you'll know which date to look at, which video. Mm-hmm. But we had already met online. It was a kind of a cool story how we connected after knowing each other somewhat in the neighborhood. I was excited about our first date because I remember you. And I saw your photos and saw your pictures online on Match.com. Not a paid advertising, by the way. But
it could
she was so beautiful. I was expecting and hoping for this beautiful woman coming down this walkway and for us to go on this first date, which actually did happen, by the way. But I was excited. I was very excited because here I was. I had gone through a year's worth of really bad episodes with dating.
I'm sorry. Did you say a year's
well,
worth?
12 months of intensive, really, grinding out dating. I went on 1 or 2 dates a month with different people. I met so many bad people, obviously. And I was kind of done. I was ready. When we went on our first date, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work out. We'll see where it goes. But I'm going to put it all in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, my thoughts going into this date were I was ready to get off of said Match.com app, which is not a paid advertisement, but could be.
Well, if you want to pay us, we'll take it.
Yeah. So I had been on 7 years of dates. And
7-year itch.
Mm-hmm. And I was, oh gosh, I had been on some really weird dates. This will be an episode for another day. Mm-hmm. But I was I was at the end of my rope, and I had just talked to my parents about, kind of coming to a place where I was okay with being by myself. And
you were level setting with
yeah. Mm-hmm. And which was, it's so cliche. Oh my gosh, it's so cliche with what, I had always heard about, you're at the end of your rope and once you're not looking anymore.
And it actually worked. Gosh, so it's not so cliche.
So weird, right?
All right, but don't get to the end of the rope. But we did. And it was the best thing in the world because we put ourselves out there and we found ourselves in that first date. Now, that first date was not this like, oh, I found my future husband or my future wife.
No,
It took some time.
Yeah.
But we're going to recap the first date here,
Right.
though.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I had learned over my 7 years that it was wise to just ask for a drink. Like, let's go out for a drink. I have something planned directly after the one drink that we
boys
have
and
planned.
girls, if you're in the dating scene, don't go out for dinner.
One
Don't
drink.
expect this huge, romantic, expensive date because
One
I went
drink.
through so many of those.
It's not
wasted
worth
so
it.
much money.
Oh my
Go on a
gosh.
date, go on a coffee
It's
date, something
terrible.
simple.
Yes.
Have an easy exit.
Very.
If it goes wrong or awry, escape.
Yeah, and that was the expectation.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have a drink. That'll be it.
So we're setting ourselves up to meet on the corner of where we
Lakeshore
live.
and Mandana.
Well, we didn't want to explicitly
Sorry.
say what street, but that's okay. Now you know where we live, more or less. So we met at this corner, and you know a little bit about the story. We were supposed to meet in a specific corner at a specific time.
Yep.
I met at that corner at a specific time, at the right time. Bridget met at another part of that corner at the right time. Just so happened that it wasn't the right corner for the both of us.
Yep.
We figured it out. We met up, and we went on our way to get our first drink.
Yeah, at the Cat House.
First drink.
Yeah.
At the Cat House in Oakland. So it was great. We met up. We had a cocktail at the bar. It was a pretty empty day because it was a Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday, and my recollection was that the energy was buzzy. It was positive, and you made me laugh.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, that's one of my fortes, making people laugh. I had taken comedy. I was in a comedy school for a while and then was like doing stand-up, so I kind of had a funny bone already.
He also had a lot of dad jokes,
Oh, well,
which now
still
I've
there.
learned to kind of groan.
I still
and
have
moan
my dad
over.
jokes.
It's my job. I have to groan and moan over, but I love them.
Not a dad, but I have the jokes to represent.
Sure do.
So we went on our first cocktail, and I say first because we had more. I was excited because I sat with this lady who I thought was beautiful and was excited to learn more about her. And as I was expressing my jokes, you know, the thought was for me that, hey, she's liking it. She's enjoying it.
Yeah.
I don't know where this is heading, but we're having fun.
Yeah.
One drink led to another.
Yeah.
And we kept having fun. And I was expecting her to be like, hey, I got to go. I got another thing to do. I got to go wash my hair.
He was so normal. He was so sweet and kind, and
I needed to wash my hair, just to let you know.
this one, he just it felt familial. It felt just
Normal.
amazing. Yeah. And it was positive, and I felt calm, and I wasn't being a freak.
So,
So-
that second drink at the bar,
Yep.
I think spurred us to say, I brought this up. Let's go have a meal.
So where did we go?
So we walked around. We walked down to Lakeshore, and we decided we'd go to the Boot and Shoe.
Yes.
The Boot and Shoe is a pizzeria. Now it's called Daughters on Grand. I think it's the same food. We haven't been there in a while.
Yeah.
Great pizza place. Kind of nice, simple pizzas,
It's
salads.
called Sisters now.
Oh yeah, sorry, not Daughters, Sisters. So Boot and Shoe was the name of the restaurant at that time. We individually we'd been there before, but together, the first time, and we ordered a pizza
Yeah.
and a cocktail
Yes. Or two.
or two. So we
And we
kept
talked about our we opened up about kind of our families and our values. And that was very telling for me because not first date conversation, but information that is really, really important to me and kind of gets to the guts of who somebody is. So,
I think through the practice of dating so many different people, we knew what to get down to.
yeah.
You know, the first couple drinks at the bar was more about like connecting. Do we have some sort of, you know, energy, you know, kind of attraction to each other, just raw attraction. I think we figured that out pretty quickly. And my jokes obviously brought her, you know, reeled her in. But quickly in that second phase of that date at dinner, we started to open up a little more and talk
Yeah.
about families,
Yeah.
like Bridget was saying, and our values. And we realized that our values matched up pretty well.
Yeah.
And we had, even in just that little bit of time, understood that there was something there, something to grasp onto. And we'll talk more about our values and our family kind of connections, if you will, in terms of how we approach life and how we learn to be who we are.
Yeah.
In other episodes. But that dinner really opened the door for who this person was as much as I could, and vice
Yeah.
versa.
It was amazing because with the thing that was different about this date was that I was exactly where I needed to be, and I felt like I was exactly, like I could just be me. There was nothing there. There were no games. There were, I wasn't trying to impress. I wasn't trying to be something more, something
You were
different.
dressed to impress, though.
I was it was really sexy. After work, like happy hour type garb. It was really, really sexy.
She is beautiful. She still is.
All right. So then I was having so much fun that I suggested we go to the piano bar across the street
Yes. So,
for one more drink.
for one more.
Water or a cranberry juice, perhaps.
Tuesday night, we decided we'd cross the street and go to the Alley, which is a great piano bar, by the way. Again, no paid advertisement, but you should definitely try it out.
It's so good.
It's a lot of fun.
So much fun.
Future episodes, we'll talk about taking my mom, who's in her 80s, to the
Yeah.
first bar experience she's ever had in her life at the Alley.
So good.
But anyway, and then also your dad
Yeah.
closing down the bar. Another story. But Bridget and I both enjoyed our time at the Alley. We hung out, listened to some people sing,
Yeah.
had another drink in this cozy little bar, and it felt like we were in a bubble.
It was
I felt like I
amazing.
was in a bubble. I think it felt like this thing was never going to end in a good way. So as we were concluding our drink at the Alley, listening to piano music and people singing,
I
we
was
walked
trying
out.
to decide if I was going to give him a kiss
Oh.
at the end of the night.
And I was going to decide, or I was deciding whether or not I wanted Bridget to give me a kiss.
No, he wanted that. Yeah.
So we walked up the hill, big hill, over to
Huge.
our place, or to Bridget's place, and we were kind of chatting about more about just who we were, like the details.
Yeah.
And as we got in front of her apartment, I was going to say goodbye. Now, boys and girls, I have been on so many dates where I've gotten everything from a kiss, which was very rare, to maybe just a shake of the hand, or worst of all,
The hug.
bye-bye, not even anything. Like
Oh.
leave and in a hurry. Like I got to go. I got to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I've seen them all. Was not expecting a kiss by any means in this case. I thought first date, we'll keep it simple. Maybe there's another date, which I thought there would be potentially. We'll go from there. But Bridget surprised me.
I know. I
And
saw those
she
little
attacked
lips.
me.
I'm a sucker for a good kisser.
Yeah.
So I needed to find this out because he was cool and I was feeling it and there was a good vibe happening. So I had to give it a try.
Well, it's hard to, internet land. It's hard. How
Come
are you going to say no to
on.
this?
This is the woman of today. Come on, women, get in there.
So we had a smooch, and I made my way home. Now Bridget went up to her place.
Yeah.
I walked up to my place a couple blocks up, or fewer than 2 blocks away. But I'd trek up that hill. Which was
11
horrible.
houses away.
And I was smitten. I was smiling, cheek to cheek, and I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that this kiss.
I couldn't believe that I was going to tell all of my coworkers on Monday about my first actual really good dating experience. So
Well, and now, on the way up, I was texting my friends saying that were expecting me to be like, hey, where's your bailout? I was like, there was no bail.
Yeah.
This was perfect.
it was great.
And so now, as they say, the rest is history.
The rest is history.
So, Bridge.
Yeah.
This was a good episode.
It was.
I think it was a solid episode. Everyone, hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Yeah.
And that's a wrap up in
Yeah.
the
Upper story.
in the upper story.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we love
We'd love to hear from you in the comments below.
Mhm. And remember to subscribe, and if you haven't already,
We'll see you next time
in the upper story.
in the upper story.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself. And no heart has ever suffered when it goes in search of its